Hey folks, in this Prima Guide video, I'll be teaching you proper ward placement in League of Legends. Thanks to the introduction of trinkets, the whole "it's only the support's job to ward" excuse no longer applies. Each lane has responsibility on warding, and yes, even the ADC can help. You can boil down warding into two basic categories: aggressive warding and defensive warding. Defensive warding helps you spot ganks and gives you vision of potential threats while defending an objective, like your tower. Aggressive warding helps you spot ganks and gives you vision of potential threats while you're pushing your lane or in the enemy jungle. Let's start at the top. That top lane. Warding river is vital to prevent ganks. A ward in your own lane bush helps you control the laning phase. Warding tri-bush is different depending on what side you're on. If you're pushing 2 tower, drop a ward there to guard yourself against their jungler. And if you're being pushed to that tower, a ward in the tri-bush will clue you in if they're going to try and tower dive you. Be smart when warding the river. Depending on where you place it can help or cripple your advantage. Warding at the start of the river won't do much for you, but placing it a little further down gives you better vision. At mid, warding the 2 lane bushes gives you a small heads up. They're not the most ideal choices, but sometimes it's the best that you can do. If you can, try warding the entrances of the enemy jungle. This will give you more time to react to an attempt on your life. Bot lane is very similar to top lane. You just now have an extra hand to help you ward. The lane bushes are more important since you're more likely to play tug of war in the bot lane than the top, so vision is key. Warding river bush is useful, but it is in your best interest to ward closer to the dragon. This gives you vision on upcoming attacks and allows you to monitor that objective. And of course, vision on tri-bush is always important. As a jungler, you'll be wearing many hats when it comes to warding. You can provide anti-warding support by destroying enemy wards using your sweeper, help mid and top wards since they probably only have their trinket ward on them, or to scout in the enemy jungle. Wards at enemy blue and red can give you an advantage when you want to counter jungle. It is also recommended that you ward your own buffs in case you're worried about an aggressive jungler. Just because the laning phase is over doesn't mean you give up on warding. This is when warding dragon and baron become absolutely paramount. When trying to kill either the dragon or baron, try and put a ward deep in the enemy jungle, usually by their blue or red, depending on what side you're on. You don't want to get aced at baron because the other team snuck up and destroyed you. Once the match transitions to late game, warding becomes crucial for sieging. Ward the bush next to the wraiths and the bush outside the blue buff when attacking or defending. When playing defense, put wards in between the stairs outside your base to grant you fuller range of view, and do the inverse when you're attacking. This will give you optimal vision of the teams, especially if there's a champion that you want to watch out for, like a blitz, or a very fed cat. Keep these tips in mind and you'll have complete map awareness on the field of justice. Don't forget to check out our League of Legends basic guide video and our underused champion spotlight on Urgot. And for more tips, tricks, and strategy guides, be sure to head over to primagames.com.